They did a study of black cab drivers because they do the knowledge. The knowledge is incredible. It takes about 4 years. Taxi drivers have to learn about 25,000 streets and all the landmarks, all the hotels, all the theatres, and it usually takes them about 12 attempts before they actually pass it. And these are people who are grown people, they're not kids, grown people who are putting huge amounts of information into their heads. So they did studies to find out what happens to people's brains when they do the knowledge. And the hippocampus, the back part of the hippocampus, which is very much to do with sort of spatial awareness, significantly grew. And we find that when people learn languages, parts of the language cortex on the left-hand side here grow as well. Now, it's incredible to show that as we learn stuff, our brains actually grow. But our brains are actually at the smallest they've been in 10,000 years. And maybe that's because we've been losing skills. And what I was talking about today was how the way that we are using technologies, we are outsourcing skills to devices rather than doing it in our heads. We're outsourcing our memories, we're outsourcing our computer power, like using calculator instead of actually doing mental arithmetic, and we're about to outsource our decisions. And that's just going to end up giving us weaker and weaker brains, and maybe in 100 years' time, the human brain will just be a walnut rattling about in a coconut shell. I absolutely love print. I've been working in print for 30 years. In the old days when everything was photographic and you had to send it off and wait to get things back again to get proofs. These days we just do it all electronic, and it's much easier, more powerful. Print is amazing because the physical act of us reading something physical, we remember that stuff a lot more than if we see anything on a computer screen. So there's something that's called the Google effect, and it means that if you see something on a device, you're actually unlikely to memorize it because you think it's already stored. So if it's stored in that device, we don't need to store it up here. And it's all documented online, the studies that have been done into this. So to me, print, because it's physical, it's a beautiful thing that hangs around for years rather than websites that, and I create websites as well, rather than websites that people are on for a few minutes and then they click off and they've completely forgotten everything that they read while they were there.